Oh shit! Yeah, I saw you smiling during that intro when Gods of Egypt was on there. I saw you smiling.
Just seeing them together like that. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what Yin-Yang Reviews is all about. What is going on? All my beautiful movie loving badasses. It's your boy Preston. That's right, PhatSamuraiGuy, hanging out with the legend himself, the director of Bone Cold, baby. Make sure you guys check it out. The man, the myth, the legend, the icon, the main event. That's right, director, writer, Billy Hanson, who's back on the channel. Welcome back, brother.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be back.
Yes, and when are we going to sue Barbenheimer? Because this was like our idea before Barbenheimer, y'all know what I'm talking about, started, all right? This was our idea like, what, 4 or 5 months ago, man?
So, I don't even remember when, but I do remember when we sort of joked about it, and we were talking about these two movies, and then both of us were like, actually, that's a really fun idea. We should totally do that.
We're just joking about Barbenheimer. But no, we're not. But yeah, man, this was a fun idea. Yeah, I'm still trying to remember how we came up with this. It was maybe the last stream or the stream before. I think it was we were doing movie recommendations to each other. I think that's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, first of many to come, Yin-Yang Reviews. We said, hey, we love talking about cinema. Let us put 2 movies in one stream that we could talk about and review for you guys that are the complete opposite. That's right. Like my boy from Big Trouble in Little China says, positive and negative furies. Okay, that's what's going on right now. What is going on, chat? What is happening? We got Dominique in the house. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on Diabolique. It is my favorite French film, and the ending is phenomenal. Well, awesome. That's awesome to hear. All right. It is live, Gary. We are live, my friend. Yes, we are live. What's going on? Anubis in the house. There you go. That's right. Saying the sups, throwing it up. Brian Sanchez in the house. Oh, man. All right. Let's go ahead and talk to my man here. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Timo, what's going on? Timo Poling in the house. Yes. I might be a little under the weather, guys. So if Samurai Guy's lacking a little bit, allergies, all kinds of problems are happening today. So if I'm lagging or fumbling and bumbling, Billy's just your show. You're gonna just take over.
Oh, I'll take it and run with it. Don't you worry.
Yeah, you'll see me fade away. And if I have to sneeze a lot, guys, I do have a distraction. That's right. The wonderful, beautiful, talented, the real, my Electra, the real Electra. That's right. Elodie herself will pop up to distract you guys while I blow my nose here. No Selma Hayek this time, maybe next time. But yeah, man, we are returning to, let's go in order here. 1955. Diabolique. Your boy here, I will let you, that's right, pronounce his name. Go ahead.
Oh, Henri-Georges Clouzot.
There. Yeah, see, that's why I got him here.
Yeah, H.G. Clouzot, I think is how he went.
Yes. And, check out our Wages of Fear review that me and Billy did a while back. We had a blast. That movie blew me away. And that was my introduction to this director. So you were like, I got more.
Yeah.
There's more. Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw Diabolique for the first time after I saw Wages of Fear, and it was the same thing, like knocked my socks off. And I was like, all right, I need to see more of like this era, this time, this guy. Yeah. And I think this is the next one I found. And this one, same thing. I was like blown away by it in a different way for different reasons. But like,
now, apparently, this is a very influential film. Apparently, there's several like remakes. I mean, I don't know how many remakes there are. There was one that came out, and there was an iTie one, and then there was another one I think came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Did you know about remakes? Yeah. So Sharon Stone was in that. I was right. Okay. Yeah. So there's been who knows how many more remakes there are of. Have you seen the other interpretations of the story?
I haven't. No, I've only seen this one. I know about the other ones, and I know how influential it was because I think it's so dark, and I think it's so suspenseful in a really interesting way that not a lot of people had seen.
Yeah.
And I know I just read this earlier today, but apparently when the book came out, H.G. Clouzot was only hours ahead of Hitchcock trying to get the rights to adapt the book. So he just a little bit, but it makes sense. I mean, it's a very like Hitchcock kind of a movie.
Yeah, and what's interesting is, I mean, we're going to talk about a lot of spoilers, but we will not spoil the ending, and we'll give our reasons later why we won't. But I've noticed a lot of black glove shots, and this is like, I mean, I don't know how early giallo genre started, when you have those whodunit mystery murder films that were popular by, you know, Dario Argento and Bava and stuff. Knowing their killers always have those gloves on. And I noticed that there was a lot of in the dark glove shots in this film. And I was kind of like, interesting, you know, if this predated, because I honestly don't know how early the giallo genre kicked off. But yeah, it was making me think of Argento and stuff like that.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't even really think about that, but yeah, there's a lot of interesting, uncomfortable close-ups in it. Like I'm thinking too, like when, you know, they're about to drown the guy, they're like right on his eyes, and they're like, and hands like pushing him down in water and stuff. And there's a lot of shots that are way closer than you think that they're going to get, especially for that time and for like what's happening.
Well, in 1955, this only can happen in foreign film. This would not happen in America at all. Because I went in blind. I didn't even read the plot synopsis. So I'm watching the movie and I'm like, whoa, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Husband's married and he's got a mistress, but the mistress and the wife are like kind of friends, looking out for each other because he's such a douchebag.
Yeah.
And they all know about each other. They acknowledge it. I'm like, you would not see Cary Grant or anybody over here in America have a plot like this. I was like, yep, foreign movie. They're like, fuck it, they don't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
and it's crazy that everyone just knows what's happening in that school. Like everyone's,
everybody.
That's the mistress, that's the wife. Yeah, they know each other. Yeah, they're aware of everything going on. It's fine.
Yeah, but let's get into it here a little bit. Let me go ahead and do the plot synopsis here. So here we go for those who have not seen the film. The wife and mistress of a loathed school principal plan to murder him with what they believe is the perfect alibi. Yes. And let me go ahead and bring up some photos of the film, some images, and we can discuss the movie while we are checking out the photos. And I'll bring it up for chat too, so everybody can watch along with us and have some fun. Let me go ahead and do some screen share action here. Diabolique. There we go.
Yeah, and that's who's H.G. Clouseau's wife. Also in the Fear.
Yes. And she, dude, the finale, which we will not tell you what happens.
Yeah.
But the performance, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, dude. I was like, really good. Like, wow. Like really, really well done. So we'll keep it going here. So did you instantly love the film right after you got done watching it?
Oh yeah. It's such a slow build, you know, and I think that's what's kind of great about Clouseau in particular is like if he starts slow, it's gonna keep going and building and building and building, and it's just snowballs into something and so like halfway through the movie you're really tense and it never lets up, you know, and I think that kind of experience to me is like masterful. You know, you have to build that from the ground up. It starts at the concept level to the script to everything. Like that's got to be like carefully crafted. And so once I got to the end of the movie and I kind of realized like what he had done and how they had built it, I was just like overwhelmed by it. I thought it was one of the coolest like thrillers I'd ever seen.
For sure.
It's just impressive. It's just so impressive.
This actor here who plays the husband, this guy did such a good job of being so unlikable.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just so unlikable. Even when he's on the train because he's heading out there because his wife's like, fuck you. She finally gets the courage to leave him, kind of.
Yeah.
And he's like, you gonna do what? You gonna take the money and leave me? What? Oh, hold on a second. I'll be out there on the train. Hold on a second. But even on the train, he's like flirting with other girls and stuff. Like
absolute scumbag.
Oh yeah, and there's moments where he's trying to talk his wife down and calm her down and rub her cheek and caress her ear, and then right after that, bitch slap, bah bah.
Right
You
in the
know,
face.
it's like
Yeah,
this fucking prick, dude.
Shocking, and like, but somehow
Yeah.
it's not unbelievable. You know, like you just see this guy is just a horrible piece of shit. Like, and deserves to die. Absolutely deserves to die.
And who knows how long this has really been going on, because when we're introduced to her character here, the mistress, she's wearing sunglasses because she already got a black eye.
Yeah.
So that's like the first conversation when these two meet each other in the school, you know, just kind of catching up, and she's like, he got you again, huh? like they all know what's going on.
Yeah, and she's and the wife is giving the mistress advice for how to deal with his outrage and his outbursts. It's just like, wow, like what a crazy character introduction for all of them.
Oh yeah. But what's funny to me is I thought it was going to kind of build a little bit, maybe in the midway point of the film, I thought, okay, now they're gonna talk about killing this fool. It was like, no, it was like not too long after the beginning, I think.
Pretty
like
quick.
Yeah. She's like, hey, we can slip this in his drink. You know what I'm saying? Getting a little tipsy, he'll pass out, and then we could do whatever we want with him. And she's, you know, your boy's wife is very good at playing these very weak and fragile characters. She's very good at it. We'll keep going here. Got some posters, different kind of poster artwork here. It's interesting in the trailers. It's also called The Devils, which is interesting. Yeah. But let's talk about Legos. I love Legos, man. Do you have any Legos on you? No, I'm just kidding.
I got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old back there that's probably playing with Legos right now.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, you know, we have this. It's a reform school, right?
Yeah.
Right. It was a reform school for boys, and she's kind of running it, even though the husband's the principal, and he's kind of acting like he's running things, but it's kind of her money. She's kind of running everything.
Yeah, she's the one that really cares about the kids.
Right. And this dude, I mean, Jesus Christ, her husband is just like eating good while everybody else is like starving. Shit. Yeah. The guys that work for him can't even touch the good wine that he's drinking. Yeah. You know, like it's just, this guy he did such a good job playing such a douchebag that you're like, well, I don't blame them for at least, you know, entertaining the thoughts of taking this dude out.
Yeah.
But here's the scene right here. Here's the scene.
I love this too, because the whole time she's like struggling with, do I kill my husband? Do I not kill it? She doesn't want to do it. Yeah. But knows there's no other way to handle it, you know. So you kind of see her wavering. Yeah. But then in this moment, just right after he slaps her across the face.
Yeah, he done fucked up after he slapped her. That was it.
You see her make the decision, and there's no words. Like she makes the decision, she's doing it. You know it's happening. It's like, oh.
Yeah. This great performances from everyone. But now the rest of the film, like you were saying, is all suspense building, because, you know, they end up drowning him, taking the body in the wicker chest, and the plan is to dump it in the pool that's at the school and get rid of him there, and then, you know, act surprised when his body's found later, right? Yeah. But the body disappeared out of the pool, and that's where things got crazy. And they're like, "What the hell is going on? Where the hell's the body?" All of a sudden, his what was it? His clothes were delivered from the what do you call that?
From the dry cleaner, but
the dry cleaning delivered his outfit to the house. I mean, to the where they stay at the school. Like all kinds of crazy shit. I hope they have a photo of it here. Hopefully they have a photo of there they are traveling with his body still in the wicker crate there.
Almost getting discovered.
Yeah. You know, several times.
I would love to see a Diabolique Lego set. With the empty pool.
You would buy that.
100%.
And you would display that shit. Well, fuck it. Let's get a Wages of Fear Lego set.
Oh, yeah. Right? Oh, no. I would make my kids, I'd play the whole story out for them, and they'd be really traumatized. It'd be awesome.
This is the scene right here where she was kind of putting that stuff in there, put him to sleep. But, dude, the neighbors were the neighbors above them. Like down here, this has got to be the loudest tub in movie history.
Yeah, it's
When
like
you
rattling the walls and all like the whole building is shaking a little.
Yeah, when she's like draining the water from the tub, it's like the loudest thing. Like it was like so loud. The neighbors upstairs are like pounding down. They're like pounding the floor, like shut up. Like oh my
Yeah.
god.
And then you find out she was doing that on purpose so that they could establish a time that they were there. And it's like, oh wow, this is a good plan.
Yeah.
And I love too in the scene where they're sort of drugging him and they're killing him. It takes a long time. Yeah. And it reminded me of another Hitchcock movie. I don't remember which one. I think it was maybe Torn Curtain, the one with Redford. I don't remember what it is, but there's
seen that one
famous murder scene where they have to kill somebody, but it takes like a full 5 minutes of screen time, and they're just kind of battering each other around this house.
Red Curtain. You said
Torn Curtain.
Torn Curtain. Okay,
I think that was the one.
Look at his douchebag.
Yeah,
look at his dick.
Like nothing's wrong.
Oh my goodness. And it's nothing but we got these are all behind the scenes shots now. That's kind of cool that they're here for people to look at.
Yeah.
Just I'm trying to see. I got to be careful because I don't know if there's going to be any spoilers shots. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But yeah, we'll stop it here.
Cool.
But yeah, suspense throughout the whole movie, paranoia.
Yeah.
Especially with her character, it just built and built and built and just got, she was losing it. She ended up getting slowly getting ill. You notice that? The night when she tried to leave him earlier in the movie and she goes with the mistress, she seems fine. But then after that phone call, he's like, "You gonna do what? Oh, hold on, let me come out there and we gonna have a chat." So the very next day, all of a sudden, the mistress friend is like, "You look weird. You have a fever. Like, what's going on there? Are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine." And then slowly throughout the movie, man, she's passing out, and then she ends up having a heart condition by the end of the movie. Mm-hmm. And I won't say anything else, but I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, I just love that it keeps shifting and turning. It goes from are they going to do it? How are they going to do it? Okay, they did it. It's a good plan. Are they going to get away with it? Okay, they got away with it. All right, now how is it going to be revealed? Okay, it's revealed. Wait, where's the body? And then it becomes like what's going to happen. It goes from what's going to happen to what the hell happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
Because your mind is sort of racing at that point, and paranoia is a good word. It becomes paranoia. And then with the introduction of the detective who just happens upon it and is asking the questions, it's like, okay, is she going to get caught? Is she going to fold? Because she is weak. She wasn't good with it the whole time. So there's just all these really.
She fucked up.
Questions.
It's kind of her fault.
Yeah.
She's just let it go. Let it go. What they should have did was just report him missing, and then that way they're clear.
Yeah.
That's what they should have did, but they,
it's very Columbo.
They're desperate. They're desperate. They don't really know what they're doing. But I mean, it's like that's what made the cop curious. He's like, so you didn't report him missing, but you're here to take a look at a dead body that was found that was pulled out of the ocean or whatever. Like, why are you here?
Yeah,
she fucked up.
Yeah, you'd make a lot of mistakes doing that. Yeah, so it wasn't quite the perfect crime. And then, oh man, it's like I kind of forgot all of the elements that are going on because it seems like a really simple story. But, when you factor in just all the pressure on her and the fact that she's got this heart condition and she might fold. And then, I mean, it just, like I said, ratchets up and never lets go until the very end. And then the end is somehow a shock. Like, I don't know how they pulled that off, but
that finale, again, no spoilers for the finale.
Yeah.
That finale, the way it was shot, the cinematography, I was like, dude, this is a fucking horror movie.
It becomes horror.
Yeah.
You're asking yourself at that point, is she going crazy or there's something is there something supernatural going on? I have no idea. It could be the answer.
Yeah. But we will not spoil it because we want you guys to go back in time and check out the film. We are respecting what came on after the fin, the movie's over. So you're gonna have the fin pop up right after that. The movie's basically telling the audience, "Hey, motherfuckers, don't be spoiling this shit." That's in the movie. That happens right after Finn.
I had forgotten about that too.
It says that, "Hey, motherfuckers, stop." Yeah. No, but yeah, it was like, "Hey, don't spoil it and ruin it for the finale for people." So I was like, "Whoa!" So we will respect. We will respect the movie's wishes.
Yeah,
we will not spoil the
just
finale.
know it is. You will not see it coming, and it will be awesome.
There you go. There you go. Was there anything else before we move on? Was there anything else you'd like to tell or talk about Diabolique, man? Music was good. Cinematography was good.
Yeah, I mean, everything was. I mean, it's just masterful. Like, you can tell it's so confident in the way that it just held that fine thread of suspense and paranoia the whole way through. And
yeah,
I don't know. When I got done watching that, I was like, "Yep, that is like a master filmmaker doing his thing."
It didn't feel its length. I mean, for me, it didn't. For me, and some people might be different, but it didn't feel its length to me.
No, it was
I did a time check, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's almost over." I was like, "Oh, all right." But yeah, hey, great recommendation, man. I'm glad you have not steered me wrong so far, sir.
Awesome. Well, yeah, it's H.G. Clouseau. There's a couple of weird ones that he did that might steer you wrong, but they're all if it's weird, it's still good.
It's good weird.
Good weird.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Now, fuck Diabolique.
Now we're changing gears now.
Now we're getting to the real masterpiece. Okay?
Yeah.
So I have to tell my little past story and lead up to it, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. But me and the missus, Lady Phat Blood, shout out to Lady Phat. We were sitting down one day, and she's a big fan of Egypt mythology. She loves it. She loves it. And so we're sitting down, and on the TV came this trailer for Gods of Egypt. And we were both sitting there, and we were like, our mouths were open, like, oh my God. And we were like, we both slowly turned and looked at each other, and we were like, oh my God, we have to see this movie. We have to go see this movie. We have to go see this movie. Not to experience a great film. We were excited because we were hoping it was good bad. We was hoping it was good trash.
Yeah.
Entertaining trash. That was the only reason we paid money to see it. Not in 3D. This was a 3D movie, Billy.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Woo.
Yes, I know, right? They went all out. God damn it. And we actually, if you guys are curious to see our review that we made here on the channel 5,000 years ago, just type in PhatSamuraiGuy Gods of Egypt review. We even did a little funny skit before. We back when we used to do skits before our reviews. As what like Lady Phat Blood says now. Yes, back when we used to do skits, back before the dark times, before the Emperor. That's what she says now. Because we haven't done skits in so long because it's just time. We don't have the time and other reasons. But yeah, check out our Gods of Egypt review. But back then, just for comedic purposes, just for the opening skit. But it gave us what we wanted. We were in the theater like, holy shit, they thought they had a hit. You can see it on the screen from beginning to end that they were so sure and confident that this was going to be the most successful movie, that this is going to be a gigantic hit. You could see it on the screen. You could tell.
Yeah.
You could tell.
They put a lot into it. I mean,
yeah.
They took some swings.
Yes. But I remember, when we reviewed it, I remember we gave it a high rating, but we gave our reasons why.
Yeah.
Gods of Egypt. I'm gonna get this out of the way right now. Gods of Egypt is not worth defending. Gods of Egypt, as much as I enjoy me and Lady Phat enjoy this movie, it's not, we're not, no, man, all you guys are wrong. Okay, all you critics out there, all you guys are wrong, man. This is the greatest. No. We are not here. I am not here to defend. I don't know how Billy feels about it. I'm about to find out. But I am not here to defend Gods of Egypt. Okay. All right. But it was fun because, unfortunately she couldn't join us for this review, but I had to rewatch it because I haven't seen it since our review 5 billion years ago. And so I was like, I got to rewatch this. How do I feel about it now? I still feel the same way about it. Watching it, I was just like, Jesus Christ, this is fucking horrible. In spots, I'm like, this is terrible. But I could see in spots what they were trying to do. I could see it in there. But before we get into it, Billy, what did you think? Honest thoughts of Gods of Egypt. What did you think?
So I try not to describe movies as like being good or bad,
Okay.
I usually try to say like, does it work or does it not work? Because that's a little more like, accurate. And it's hard to say, good and bad movies is too subjective, but this one did not work. but it's the exact same thing. Like I was watching it like, wow, this is impressive with how ambitious like storytelling it is. Like with what they were trying to portray.
They took the swing.
They took some big swing. You know what it really felt like to me? I just couldn't shake the idea that maybe at some point it was way weirder. Like they were trying to take a weird, dark swing. And at some point, I don't know if it was like, hey, we're doing this 3D. We're investing a lot of money. This is like wall-to-wall CG. Yeah. Maybe we need to dumb it down, water it down a little bit, make it a little more palatable, make it a little more marketable. Because that was, 2016 or something?
2016, yeah.
Yeah. And so it felt like they sold a really weird, crazy movie with some out there ideas, and then pulled back when it was just costing so much money. Who knows what happens on big movies like that?
On to something. Because there's moments in the film where I'm like, why does this movie at the exact same time look extremely expensive and cheap?
Yeah.
It looks so expensive and really cheap at the exact same time. That's impressive.
That's impressive. Yeah, it's a weird phenomenon. I've seen it before. I wish I could think of other examples, but incredibly expensive because you can just tell how much design is in it. Some of the costuming was awesome. Like some of the really interesting costume designs and stuff. And then some of it was really bad. So like terrible ideas, like script level terrible ideas, so I kind of wonder
script and pacing
and like there were things that were happening where I was kind of like, oh, okay, we're doing this now, like when Zaya gets the arrow all of a sudden.
Did you laugh hysterically like I did?
I busted out laughing. I did. I literally was sitting in my bed watching it, and I went, what? It's just so out of nowhere, and it's not in sync with any sort of story beats or anything that are happening right there. So it's just out of nowhere. And becomes like the whole reason for that character's actions is to bring her back from the dead, which is not possible. So it's just.
Did you say character? Is that what you said? Unless boobies, we can call it boobies. This is boobies and bootleg live action Aladdin before they had a bootleg live action Aladdin.
I was gonna say, it put me on a weird place that the first scene was literally just Aladdin, and then they just moved on. Told this thing and then got away within 30 seconds. And I was like, oh, that's is he gonna sing? No, he's not gonna sing. Okay. And then it was like, oh, I stole this dress that fits you perfectly.
These characters are trash. They are trash. The actors are there to do their job. I don't have anything against any of the actors in this movie. But these characters are they're trash. But the plot synopsis for everybody who's wondering what the fuck is this movie about? Mortal hero Beck teams with the god Horus in an alliance against Set, the merciless god of darkness. The merciless god of darkness betrayed his brother. I didn't know that was going to happen. Did you know, Billy?
I had no idea.
who has usurped Egypt's throne, plunging the once peaceful and prosperous empire into chaos and conflict. Now, here's the big thing, guys. Here's the most. This movie's fascinating. People easily dismiss it because it's trash. It's fascinating trash.
Yeah.
Like, there's good moments in the film. There's some solid spots.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so fascinating because of what Billy said earlier of how you can see the ambition. Like, they were like, all right, fuck it. Nothing, the whole world's going to be CGI. Nothing's going to be real. That's going to cost money. You know, we're doing something with these crazy godlike characters that I don't really think, and let us know, everybody watching right now, let us know in chat. Is there a movie that exists, that exists, that's big budget, but it focuses on the Egyptian gods as characters? I don't think that's ever been done before Gods of Egypt or after.
I don't think so.
Like, we have Set walking around. We have Horus. We have Ra walking around talking. We have, but big budget. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think...
Knight. That's the only thing I can think of. Like Moon Knight. But even that, I don't think deals directly with it, does it?
That show doesn't exist.
Sorry.
Moon Knight, what's that? I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, let me know, guys, if I have not seen. I'm talking like big budget like this, that the focus were these gods from Egypt mythology. I don't think that's ever been done. So again, ambitious.
Yeah.
Very ambitious. It's hard for casual audiences to accept actors playing gods and walking around on screen. And I'll say that now everyone's used to it. Everyone loves looking at Thor. Everyone loves Odin because of Marvel. But when the first Thor movie came out, it was rough. Not everybody was like, oh yeah, gods. Like, let's see what the gods are doing, walking around and talking. Let's try to take this seriously. I'm used to that. Like, I watched Xena and Hercules growing up. I'm used to that shit. Clash of the Titans. I'm OG, son. I'm gangster like that. But I'm talking about for majority of the casual audience, it's not normal to see Liam Neeson play Zeus, release the Kraken. I mean, it's not a normal thing where they would accept and take seriously, is what I mean. That's what I mean by that. Okay.
Yeah.
And we did have the Hercules movie with The Rock and young Hercules movie that was also 3D. I'm throwing that out there. Was it Young Hercules? No. There was another Hercules that was a 3D. Rennie Harlan directed. You guys know which Hercules movie I'm talking about? It's Scott Adkins with a really bad beard. I love you, Scott, but that beard was horrendous. But yeah, that was 3D. Like, what are you doing? But yeah, I'm talking about Gods of Egypt scale. Yeah.
Like Aladdin.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, Gods of Egypt, despite its failure and financially and critically, you kind of got to give it some points that they tried to do something with these characters. You know what I mean?
That's why I kind of wonder if it started as something really interesting, and we could, Alex Proyas directed it. He's not a slouch. You know what I mean? Like, he's done some really amazing stuff, really high concept, interesting, like visual stuff. And
go ahead.
To see this, I'm like, wow, man. You could see glimpses of like interesting vision and things. Yeah, but it must have just gotten pummeled with studio notes and
yeah. I wonder if there was any studio interference too. I wonder.
I feel like there had to have been.
Yeah, I wonder. We got to throw in bullshit love. Everyone loves the love. Make sure both characters are good looking, and that's it. They don't need characters. Just make sure they're hot, and that's all the audience needs.
I wonder if they had a cleavage like quota, because so much cleavage.
I thought she was gonna pop the arrow out with her boob, like just the arrow just pops back out.
As the arrow pierced her skin at all.
But yeah, speaking of Alex, when we were rewatching this, I was just like, Jesus Christ, how is this an Alex Proyas movie?
Yeah.
How is this like throughout the movie? Once in a while, I said it again. How? From the director of The Crow and Dark City.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck is this? It's so weird, man.
It's one of those things where, you know, you have a huge budget, you have a visionary director, and it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? It's like, I think of what's the other movie that did Dreamcatcher. You have Stephen King, you have William Goldman writing the script, and you have who directed? Lawrence Kasdan directing it. Like major players, and it just doesn't work. It's just not great ideas, and it never coalesces, and it just doesn't work. And this is the same kind of thing. Like, and from the word go, from like the very beginning, you could tell it doesn't quite work. It never gels. But,
well, like as soon as we get to the beginning, I looked at my, you know, what the Gerard Butler's character set, like taking over. And they all of a sudden started fighting, and the betrayal starts already. I looked at my wife. I was like, "Oh my god, this is like 10 minutes in. Like the movie just started. Brother, die! Oh, nephew, I wouldn't miss your coronation. Blah, give me your eyeballs. Blah. I was like, oh my god, 10 minutes, and already transforming.
The first time they transformed, I was like, wow, we're here already. Cool. We're just doing the big CG monsters. It reminded me of Mortal Kombat. What's the second one?
Annihilation. But not that bad.
Yeah, maybe not quite that bad, but it reminds
special effects wise, just out of nowhere, animality.
We're transforming into monsters.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but as much as everybody hates this movie, let's be honest, guys. This is the closest thing we're ever gonna get to a live action Silverhawks movie. This is it. This is it, guys. Live action Silverhawks. This is as good as it's gonna get. Silverhawks.
You know,
all the younglings right now are going, "What the fuck are you talking about? Silverhawks? What the hell is that?" It was Thundercats in space.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, I gotta blow my nose. Hold on a second.
Oh. Should I do a voice for her while she's in there? I feel like this can't be a still from that movie because there's not at all enough cleavage in this picture.
Yeah, sorry about that. Next time you could do some voiceover stuff and this bullshit, or I'll just blow you up. I'll do that next time.
Oh, perfect. There you go.
Yeah, I'll just do that next time. Just talk to chat. But yeah, let's jump into it here. Hold on a second. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to click on that. I did that yesterday. I was clicking on the wrong thing. Well, I might as well segue to it right now. Hey, everybody watching right now, if you scan that, it'll take you directly to the Urban Action Showcase and the Expo website. They have teamed up with the Samurai Guy. I am being sponsored by them right now. Yes. And Urban Action Showcase and Expo is amazing. If you don't, I'll put it up here on the top right. Look at that. That's what I was trying to click on. The top right corner there above Mr. Hanson's head there. If you scan that, it'll take you straight to the website. Hey, there's a lot of cool stuff coming this year for this panel. You guys want to be a part of it, join online or be there in person if you're out there in the East Coast. They're going to be showing Enter the Dragon at Times Square. They're showing Enter the Dragon. Like, it's insane. And check out the website, see who the guests are going to be this year. Check out the panels, be a part of it. It's awesome. Hopefully one day I'll be able to fly out there to go to it, maybe next year, be there in person. But yeah, check out the link in the description box below if you don't want to scan the QR code. Yeah, check out Urban Action Showcase, man. It's awesome. Buy some awesome leather Bruce Lee jackets, son. That's what's up. Yeah, I'd buy it, but they don't have my size. But yeah, let's get back to the golden trash, or as my buddy Frank Jang and Rick Myers say, gold-plated poo.
Oh, there it is.
Yep. There it is. Perfect for this movie.
A lot of gold.
Yeah.
Gold. And I know that gold is their blood.
Yes.
Blood is gold. And still, I was like, it's weird. This is weird.
I know. But yeah, right in the beginning, Set is like, "Fuck this! I should be king. This is some bullshit. Why was I casted out? Why was my brother given everything, and I was like stuck in the fucking desert and shit? Fuck this!" So he attacks. We have our Silverhawks fight. Oh, look at that glorious CGI! Just wait till you guys see it in motion in Blu-ray quality. Yes. So we have this is I think it was $140 million movie, bro.
Man. Oh,
Dude.
wild.
Dude. And I think worldwide it only made 150. Ouch. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So
yeah, that's pretty rough.
Yeah. But we have our Silverhawks fight, and our boy Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones doesn't make it. He saw season 8, and this is what happened to his character. He just didn't survive. He didn't make it. Set comes over here, takes his eyeballs, which is kind of like his power essence. Now he cannot transform into Silverhawks. And so he kind of just becomes like a little, kind of like a sad recluse. That's kind of what his character is. Meanwhile, Set's crew, look at that, dude. Again,
that's money.
Extremely expensive looking and cheap looking at the same time. Especially when there's so many we kept getting distracted looking at the background in certain shots.
Yeah.
When the characters are just walking in the jungle or they're just walking on the desert. Dude, the whole background behind them is fake. Like, you could tell. It's so fake.
The carriage, like, shortly after the whole first big battle scene, and they're riding away, and
you're talking about the big beetles?
Oh no, not even the big beetles.
Okay.
Right before Rosiah gets the arrow, they're riding on the back of a horse and buggy back there.
Oh, yeah.
So incredible, like film school fake. I was like, man, this is a massive movie. They couldn't get this part to look
so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it is unbelievably bad. Like, wow. But yeah, not looking good for the world. Set pretty much at this point is like, hey, I'm going to take over and I'm going to fuck up all the gods, take their powers and become the natural. He is the natural ruler of the world, the leader and ruler of the world. Here's the thing. Some people are distracted by Chadwick Boseman's performance in this film. Rest in power, Chadwick, because they're not used to him acting or sounding that way. But if you think about it, he nails this character. Like, this character is the god of wisdom. This character is full of himself. This character loves the smell of his own farts. This character is arrogant. And he kills it.
Yeah.
That's the character.
He never fully committed to the accent in it.
He's off and on.
When he was on screen, I was a little bit like, what is the accent that he's doing?
Yeah.
But I mean, he's amazing. And like that scene where there's like a million of him walking around, I actually thought that was really cool. I was like, this is a really cool scene, and he's really good in it. And like they're actually talking about something, and just to talk about like script for a second, like most of the scenes are, it's just all exposition and then a fight and then exposition and then a fight, and there's nothing like emotional or interesting. That scene is one of the only ones where I'm like, oh, this is a properly written scene. Like,
it's a scene, actual scene.
The reason he doesn't want to do it, and there's momentum to it. But his portrayal was again a bold swing, but kind of weird.
It's weird, but for that character, it kind of works. And I mean, we're trying to find entertainment in this movie, guys. You gotta have some patience, all right? We're trying to grab entertainment where we can get it, okay? But yeah, when his character shows up and starts talking shit, because Horus is the one trying to convince him to help them on their quest. Yeah. As soon as he walks into frame, Chadwick's character is like, "Oh, what the hell? I thought you were a baboon. I didn't see you there." So yeah, there's some funny moments, but we have bootleg Aladdin. He plays Prince of Persia to obtain the eye of the tiger here.
Another cool scene. I thought those like spinning blade booby traps were really cool.
Yeah, they were really, like I said, they were really trying to make it exciting. But yeah, if you guys are confused, all the gods are like huge, walking around, so they're like this throughout the whole film.
That's something I was going to say too. Like, I wonder a little bit if everyone across the board didn't realize that they bit off a little more than they could chew with that, because that's like Lord of the Rings level stuff, like where you have to have that constant size difference.
Yeah,
And so I kind of I didn't realize until about 40 minutes into the movie that the size difference was that, because you never
Yeah.
really see the gods and the humans like together very much.
right.
So it wasn't until that scene and that still that you just showed that I was like, oh, right, they're wildly different sizes. And then watching it, like, this is complicated. Like, this is hard to do.
It's weird because it's not like, I know in Lord of the Rings they did a lot of forced perspective stuff, tricks.
Yeah.
This, I don't know. I think it's just they just CGI'd this shit. I don't know if there's forced perspective here.
I mean, it looks pretty good, all things considered, you know?
Yeah, when it's not moving, you know.
When it's
when they're like running together, or he's like running off the snake, it looks all funky.
Oh yeah, you can see it. You can see it changing a little bit, the ratio.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But I want your honest opinion on Gerard Butler, who I enjoy as an actor, but of his performance in this film. Is his performance bad, or is his performance average, or is his performance one of those he kind of knew what movie he was in and he was just like, fuck it?
I felt like he did what he needed to do. It felt like kind of bare minimum to me. Like, he didn't do the big Gerard Butler thing. He didn't like get super intense, and it was real.
The one time where he screamed when Lodi got away. That's the skit. That's the skit we parody. That's what we do before our review.
Man, I forgot.
My wife disappears, and then I stand there like, ah. It's hilarious. It's pretty funny.
That's another moment that I laughed. Actually,
hysterical, man! It's so funny. Here's the scene you were talking about with him getting the eye.
Yeah, this is like it was a practical stunt thing, and I was like, oh, it's actually refreshing to watch like stunts happening, and he's like dodging all these whirling spinning blades, little Indiana Jones style or something.
Just don't get distracted by the PS1 graphics scorpions that are on the ground there.
Yeah, I've already blocked it.
It was so bad, dude. Speaking of bad, so he gives him his eye, just to get on back on track of the movie here for everybody who hasn't seen the film. He steals the eye to give the horse a team up so he can save his girl from the dead, from Anubis, basically. So that's where we have our journey. This fight is fucking atrocious.
Oh yeah, that one's real bad.
This is bad. It was bad when I saw it in theater. It was bad when we reviewed it 5 billion years ago. This was like, you can tell they were in the room like, oh man, this is gonna be awesome, bro. We're gonna have all these CGI monster creatures with swords are gonna come up there, and then Jaime Lannister is gonna be defending all of them, and then the camera's gonna be spinning, and then we're gonna have these slow motion shots and attacks. It's trash.
Yeah,
it is like fucking atrocious.
Just a mess of different things being thrown at the fight, and then there were like jump cuts in it where I was like, that's not the action that we were just watching. Like, and so it's just all over the place and just a mess,
Yeah, this was terrible. And it's sad too, because this was supposed to be like his big moment of finally getting back on the horse of combat.
Yeah.
Because they were all talking shit. Oh, he's only got one eye. He can't transform. He's a bitch. So, Jaime Lannister's like, I'm going to show this dude, show these bucks. And you couldn't see shit. It was wonderful.
Yeah, you could not see what was happening. I mean, they would jump from one side of the rock to the other in an edit.
Dude, it was it's so hard to watch. I'd rather than have no fight. They just ran away.
Something happened in the production that just like shifted gears where they just couldn't even get that fight scene to work well.
Yeah. Now I thought the snakes, compared to some of the other bad special effects in the film, I thought the snake sequence, in terms of just the snakes themselves, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a nice.
Actually, it was one of those where you could tell that was probably in the original pitch, the original idea, and that kind of through, and then like that's why that one works a little bit better. It's a little more thought out. It feels like.
Yeah. But back to Chadwick, they finally convince him. They basically kind of this scene was funny too, man, because he's so arrogant. Because he has to, they make it in there, and this guy's the guardian. He's like, you got to solve the riddle.
Yeah,
and that's why they needed Chadwick's character. I keep calling him Chadwick. Hold on, I can call Jamie Lannister. What is it?
Toth.
Toph.
TH, I think.
Okay. Okay. Toph. I gotta see it now. Yeah, Toph. He's just the way he just walks up with his arms folded, just like, all right, come on, give me the riddle, come on.
Yeah.
And he botches the riddle like 3 times, and he's like surprised. He's like, what? Yeah. I got it wrong.
I've never been wrong before.
And in the meantime, the Guardian's like trying to smash him. He ends up hitting Jamie Lannister the whole time. He doesn't really hit Toph. But yeah, that was kind of amusing.
Yeah.
Again, there's parts, there's tidbits.
The design of it also is interesting. That huge Sphinx.
Yeah.
They're calling the Sphinx he's massive and bigger than the gods. That's really cool. And yeah, so there's glimpses of really interesting visuals.
Yeah. Especially, well, here's a really great example, and here's a really horrible example. I tried to find the Beatles, but we'll get to it in a second. But this entity right here, the special effects for this in space looked really good, and on the ground it looked really, really great. Massive, very epic. But there's a problem with that scene. That scene is, if you don't know Egypt mythology, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is happening? But that's Ra's job. Ra, as a god, that's his job, to defend the sun from this entity every day. The entity's evil, and it tries to take out the sun every day. So in the mythology, it makes sense. You're like, oh shit, wow, this looks fucking cool. Wow, we're getting to see it on big screen with big budget, right? But if you don't know that, you know what I mean? I mean, they kind of explain it a little with a few words. Yeah. Well, this is what I do every day. I clock in and I go to the huddle.
Fight this monster real quick.
Yeah.
I'll just go on with my day.
Set, son. I need you to take my place. And he's like, so you want me to fight this thing every night, huh? And just stay up here forever? I think I'll pass. Can't really blame Set after that, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeffrey Rush as Ra was kind of asking for it at this point. I was like, come on, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, the special effects of it was actually pretty epic for this kind of movie. Now this, I tried to get a scene of it, but it happens around here, and you see Butler riding this chariot pulled by big gigantic beetles, and it is fucking hysterically bad. Oh yeah. It is hilariously bad. There's no way you could take that scene seriously.
I was watching it and I was like, what is he being pulled by? I had to lean forward towards the TV, and I didn't see it until it landed. I was like, oh my god, it's beetles. It's giant, massive beetles. Like that.
But it just looked like shit. It looked so bad. I'm like, god damn it. I wanna watch some giant beetles pull some shit. I'm down for it.
Think about Dune, right? Dune has the shit that look like flies. That should be dumb, but it looks great.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Right? But budgets went here and maybe here, and they had to take some cuts in some areas.
That's why I feel like they must have just not realized how much it was going to be, just top to bottom, everything CGI, big CGI.
I would say by default, because there's a lot of edits. There was a lot of edits, during the fight. By default, the one-on-one finale throwdown was probably the best fight in the movie.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, there was actual stuff that you could follow action-wise in it.
Yeah, there was hand-to-hand, and then they both transformed, and they were chasing each other. There was a little superhero battle style, and then they went back to hand-to-hand. There were some cool visuals there. Uh-oh, did you freeze on me? He froze. Looking like you're looking like Jack Nicholson right now. What's going on? Wait till they get a load of me. Billy, what happened, brother? This is what happens when you watch Gods of Egypt. He hasn't survived. He must be having internet problems. Well, how about in the mean? Oh, there he's back now. There you go.
My internet just cut out all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. You had your Jack Nicholson face on there from. Oh my goodness! But yeah, it was by default. I mean, when you're comparing, I mean, the first fight was okay, but then when you compare this to the finale, there wasn't really a lot of hand-to-hand combat. So by default, this was actually an entertaining little superhero battle.
Yeah,
it was entertaining.
With them falling off the edge.
Oops, I didn't mean to press that again. That was a mistake. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Whew.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, man, overall, I mean, the music was solid. Music's Marco Beltrami's great.
Yeah.
You did hear a little bit of Stargate up in there.
Oh yeah.
Were you I feel like this movie was like they wanted that Mummy success. Brendan Fraser Mummy.
Yeah. At times it felt to me like they were trying to do that big, fun, and kind of funny, quippy adventure thing. At
popcorn movie.
Yeah, but at
popcorn
times it felt like it kind of shifted to like they wanted a 300 sort of like really strange, really violent action thing, and then it kind of, I don't know, it's like moving between those two ideas and kind of like the Marvel thing sometimes, and it just felt like it never quite landed on like, what are we doing? Like, are we doing this? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? That's why.
Yeah, that's why it feels messy. I did enjoy. I see what they were doing. Could they have done it better? Yes, but I did enjoy that. You have that scene with him and his dad, Ra. I mean, his grandfather, Ra.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Don't you know every god has their own journey? Your journey is not done. You need to finish the story." And throughout the movie, especially at the beginning here, he's pretty much like bitch slapping anyone would bitch slap this character anyway.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like very arrogant, and his humans are like, go get me some water.
Yeah.
But by the middle, they kind of start to trust each other a little bit. He feels guilt because he kind of lied to him. And then by the end, he actually has mutual respect for a human. A god actually respected a human, and they became friends. So there's a little bit of a character arc there. See, there's things in there.
Yeah,
it's there. Little nuggets, You just got to dig through all the shit to get it. You got to, put over there. Did I mention that she was great in the film? I don't know if I mentioned that. I just want to throw that in there.
I feel like they knew she was great in the film too, because almost every single scene they talk about how hot she is. every scene that she shows up, they're like, they had a joke with even with Chadwick's character, like, oh, turn around, and you like the view from the rear. He's like, well, yes, I do, but
all right, cool. I don't want to be seduced by those eyes. I mean, she's the goddess of love. So
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, even she had a little bit of a character arc herself, and it's this movie is not a good movie, but I don't hate it, and I've seen other movies where I'm just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I've seen other movies that are so trash, or frustrating trash, that I'm just like, this is, I can't believe how unbelievably bad this is. It's not a fun bad.
No.
It's
bad. Like
no, I'm not talking about Gods of Egypt. I'm talking about like movies that I like this.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you had a good time.
No.
Gods of Egypt is fascinating, and you can laugh at how bad it is, and you can laugh at the stuff that's actually supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
You can enjoy it, but I mean, here, why don't we just get to the poll already, and then I want to hear Billy's final thing. Oh, I forgot to do Diaboliques earlier. So for Diabolique, did a poll, ran it there, and majority, the highest vote, they all agreed Diabolique is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Interesting. 7% is trash. That's interesting. All right, but yeah, Diabolique got the highest vote.
7%, I guess.
Here we go. Gods of Egypt public poll. Here we go. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised. There's some good reviews, votes, and I'm actually kind of surprised that there's some good bad there votes. I'm surprised. I thought it was going to be all bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I feel like the things that you can appreciate in this movie are the things you really have to work for. Like you really have to find something you like about it, like, and you have to actively do that. It doesn't offer very much other than like bad execution of interesting ideas that just don't quite work. You know, like they just never. So like the stuff that we're talking about, like the Greek mythology stuff, that like that's really cool. But you do have to you have to know that it's in there. Or the character development stuff, like you got to dig for it and really piece together, like, okay, I guess that's kind of an arc,
right?
But I was confounded by it the whole time. I was just sort of marveling at some of the decisions that went out in this major blockbuster movie.
Isn't it baffling?
What happened? How did it go this way?
Yeah,
no, like you said, I wasn't mad at it. I had fun watching it. Like,
it
takes a lot to get mad at a movie, but
yeah.
I wasn't sure if I was going to get pissed at one,
but I'm going to get a lot more flack for this. I enjoyed this more than Avatar. Ha! Ooh. Take that. Yes. Take that. But you guys know my reasons. If you know me, you know my reasons why. I hate blue people. I'm racist for blue people. But yeah, man, this was a blast. This was fun.
Yeah, so
kicking it off.
Movies back to back was a trip. My head went from it.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, I can't wait to do the next Yin-Yang reviews, man. We're gonna have to discuss after we're done live on when the next two are gonna be. Hey, all you badasses that are watching right now, I hope you guys had fun and laughed and enjoyed hanging out with us, talking movies with us. Don't forget to click on the link or scan the QR code to check out the Urban Action Showcase and Expo. There it is. That's right. Website. There's a lot of cool stuff there. And don't forget to follow my man's filmmaking journey. That's right. You can follow him on Instagram. Old Billy there. Follow it. Check out Bone Coal. That's right. And join me back again tomorrow. Hopefully I feel a little bit better this time. But join me tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to be with director Christopher Fox, who did the film Rub. And we're going to be talking about Fallen Down. That's right. 1993. Is it underrated? That's right. You guys want to find out? You got to join us tomorrow. So Billy's like, hey, can I come? Billy's like, hey, you got to remember that. Well, we'll discuss afterwards. But thanks again, guys. You rock. And send us some suggestions, some fun. Let us know in the comments or send them to me on Facebook, private messages, or on the Movie Dojo Army page. Give us some suggestions in the comments. Everybody watching right now, or those of you that are watching this when it's not live anymore, let us know some doozies to put together, complete opposites. Yeah, that would be. This is fun. This is a fun idea.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, man. And I still expect residuals from Barbenheimer. So, hopefully we get that. They stole our idea, man.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Some bullshit. Okay. All right, guys. Take care. See you on the next one.